Good morning. I'm about 20 miles or so, 25 miles outside of Chilliwack. It's a nice morning, 65 degrees, and I'm headed for a very interesting Canada-US boundary. It's called Avenue Zero, so let's check it out. Still a lot of smoke in the air from the fires. When I got to my bike this morning, it was covered in ash, so very smoky still. So here we are. So interestingly enough, I am on the Canadian side of the border, but that ditch on the left side, that is the US. So I'm as close to the US as I can get without being in the US. And there's nothing to stop me from going over there. I suppose that I could enter the US, I'm a US citizen. But to come back to Canada to get my bike, I'd have a problem. But this is really interesting. So, US on the left side of the road, and from the road to the right is Canada. Interesting border. No barrier. Nothing to stop anyone from going across the international border right there. Avenue Zero, it's called. And it's a good thing odors don't come through video, because this whole region in Chilliwack smells like, I'm not sure, a dairy farm maybe, or maybe it's the fertilizer they use on all of the berries. They grow a lot of berries in this region. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe it's strong nitrogen smell. Whatever it is, it's everywhere. Almost in the U.S. I could spit. It would be in the U.S. I find it very curious that a few miles ahead there's all sorts of border controls and customs and you name it. Gates and walls and fences, and here you could just walk across. You will notice that roads do not cross. There's no way to get from this road to that road over there. The road on the U.S. side is called Boundary Lane or Boundary Road. There's the boundary marker. This is where the main border crossing is. I'm going to make a U-turn up here and go through the border control. So this may not mean anything to anybody else, but I find this very interesting. I'm a big fan of Randy Bachman of the Guess Who and Bachman Turner Overdrive. And in the 70s, he built this place. You can't really see it from the road, but you go online and look at it. It's a beautiful, beautiful home that he built. And he sold it many years ago. It's now a conference center and like an executive retreat. And it's in Lyndon, Washington, just about less than 10 minutes from the Canadian-U.S. border. But gorgeous place. It has a recording studio in it that a number of different artists have used, and which he had built when he built the place. And it also has, since he sold it in the 80s, a large garage with bowling alley and game room and that sort of thing. It was on the market many years ago for, I don't remember, $16, $18 million. It's on about, I think, 30 acres of heavily forested land. Didn't sell. I think it finally, the company that bought it, that turned it into this current convention center, I think it bought it like something like right around $2 million, which is a heck of a steal. In the San Francisco Bay Area, this property, you couldn't touch it for, oh man, I don't know, huge number, well into probably the 7 or 8 digits. But it's in Lyndon, and this is what Lyndon looks like. This little small road, middle of nowhere, some dairy farms. That's about it. Anyway, interesting to be here. Kind of want to stop by and take a look at what rock and roll built.